Hello guys and girls, and welcome to another Mr. Renton video. Now, a lot of people ask me about playing cards and how can they get better? Well, the simple answer is practice, alright? Now today, I figure I'd share some of this knowledge with you, wherever you are on your card journey. So in this video, I'd like to teach you some different cuts and some different shuffles that you can practice in your free time, and before you know it, you'll be a pro. So we're going to take a look at some basic cuts today. Now, a cut is where you move packets of cards and place them in a different order. This way mixes up the position of the cards, but it doesn't actually completely change the order like a shuffle would. Now, the first cuts I'd like to introduce are called table cuts. Table cuts simply mean taking packets of cards, placing them onto the table like so, and then rearranging the packs in a different order. So let me break that down for you. We start with the cards in the dealer's position. We're going to reach over with your other hand and simply take out packets of cards. I would say anywhere from 10% to 50%. It depends how many packets you would like. And just continue breaking and putting them on the table and then repositioning them into a different order. Table cuts. Now the more you do it, the faster you'll be able to do it and the more packets you'll be able to create. The next cut we're going to look at, little step up. These are called running cuts. So we're going to start with the deck on the table. We're simply going to come over and pinch the deck from the side, the front and the back, and place your index fingers on the top. Now, we're going to pull out packets from the bottom, drop the pack in the left hand, and come back over the top and pull off the top. Drop. So let's do it again. From the front and the back, index fingers on the back of the cards, pull out a large block, I would say, to the right hand side, drop the packet in the left hand, come back over the top with your right hand, grab it from the front and back again, and repeat. Pull out to the right, drop, come back over. Pull out to the right, drop, and come back over, and finally drop. Now we want to increase the speed of that to make it look a little bit more fancy. So we're going to keep it nice and low, just a little bit more speed. So front and back, fingers on top, pull, drop, pull, drop, pull, drop, and drop. When you're comfortable with pulling out packets, now we want to add a little bit of a flick in the wrist, going at an angle like this. So I'll do it slowly, front and back, index fingers on the top, pull out, but come forward diagonally instead of the side. Alright. Front and back, index fingers on the top, pull out, diagonally, drop, come back, diagonally, come back, diagonally, and drop. Now when you do it at a little bit of a speed, it looks kind of like this. It's a nice little shuffle to show your friends that, hey, I've used cards before. Alright, next, swing cuts. We're going to start with the deck here in my left hand, or my non-dominant hand, in the dealer's grip. And we're going to come over with my right hand, my dominant hand, and we're going to take the deck from the top and the bottom with my last three fingers here and my thumb, like this. Now my index finger is going to sit on the top corner on the front of the deck. So once again, we're in the dealer's grip. We have my fingers on the top, thumb on the back, and my index finger on the top corner. Now using the index finger, we're going to pull off a few cards. Anywhere between 10 to 30 is up to you. So let's do that again. You're lifting up and away from your hand to create this nice little gap here. So we pull up and away, and with our other hand, we're going to simply grab that top packet and pull it away from the deck. Then you repeat. Index finger on the top corner, pull up and away. Your other hand comes across and takes the packet away. And one more time, index finger on the top corner, pull up and away, reach over and pull across, and finally the remaining cards drop on the top. Let's go again. Dealer's grip, last 2 or 3 fingers on the deck, index finger on the top corner, up and away, pull, up and away, pull, up, away, pull, and finally drop. Again, this one looks pretty nice when you do it at speed. Let's take a look. Wonderful. Your friends and family will think you're a pro. Now we've had a look at some cuts, let's move on to some shuffles. Now, to shuffle means to really mix the card, their position and the order within the deck. It's much more effective than cutting the decks if you really want to mix the cards up. So, again, let's look at a really basic shuffle here. This is probably one of Mr. Renton's favourites because it's the easiest one to do. Alright, so this is aptly named the wash, or as I like to call it, the children's shuffle. You simply take your cards, spread them all over your table and wash the cards around the table. This is probably the most effective way of mixing or shuffling the cards. And then you simply scoop them together, straighten them out, and you have completed a wash. Now this shuffle is used by all the professionals around the world. In fact, it's mandatory in the casinos. That just shows you how good a shuffle it is. The next shuffle we're going to look at is a little bit more difficult. Now this shuffle is called the Hindu shuffle. Now this shuffle is quite popular around the world too. We're going to take the deck again in the dealer's position. Now we're going to use our other hand to pull out cards from the back, the short end of the deck. So we're going to pull out a large portion of the cards, 85–90%, doesn't have to be perfect. Let the other packet fall into your hand. Then we take off packets from the top with either your index finger and your thumb or your middle fingers and your thumb, whichever one you feel comfortable with. And we're going to pull it off and let it drop into our hand. You can use your index finger on the other hand to keep it stable. So we come over, pull off a top packet, just like this, all right? And drop the last packet on the top. So once again, we're gripping from the back, pulling off packets from the top, and letting them drop into our hands. Nice, the Hindu shuffle. Now, here's another interesting shuffle. This one is called the overhand shuffle. The principle to this is very similar to the Hindu shuffle, except we're not going to do it from the back of the deck, we're going to do it from the side of the deck. So we're going to hold the deck in your other hand this time, and we're going to shuffle from the long edge of the cards. So the same principle, we're going to take a big packet of cards from the back, and this time, instead of pulling, we're going to throw piles of cards onto the top. Let me show you again. We're going to grip it in our other hand, thumb on the front to secure it, use your finger at the front. Your other hand is going to pull up packets from the back of the deck and throw down portions from the top. So when it's done at speed, we have up, throw, up, throw, up, throw. And you can repeat this many, many times until you are satisfied the cards are shuffled. That is the overhand shuffle. Now, for our third shuffle, I'm going to introduce the riffle shuffle. Now, this shuffle is the one that you see in all the movies to show that the characters have amazing card skills. Now, don't be intimidated. It may look very amazing, but it's actually not too difficult if you put your mind to it and give it just a little bit of practice. Let's take a look. So we're going to start by breaking our deck into 2 piles. If you can get them about even, that's wonderful. So we have 2 piles. Now the easiest way to do this for beginners is simply place the deck on the table, judge where you have about half the cards, and cut into 2 piles. Now we're going to take these 2 piles, we're going to take our 3 end fingers here and our thumbs, and we're going to grip the deck from the top and the bottom. Now we're going to curl our index fingers onto the back. All right. Then we're going to angle the cards towards each other, not flat, but at an angle, so you have this nice V at the front. All right. So we curve our fingers to the back, we lift up with our thumbs, and you're going to slowly release your thumbs to intertwine the cards. Now, when you first start doing this, you'll notice that the cards come off in clumps, like this. And you end up with many cards bunched up together. But don't worry, this is all part of the learning process. The more you practice, the more that your thumbs will gain a muscle memory, and you'll get used to the feeling of letting cards go one by one. A good tip for this to practice is simply cut your 2 halves, then take 1 half and the same position, your fingers on the end, your thumb on the top, and your index finger curled on the back, and simply practice flicking off the cards with your thumb. You can use your other hand to stop the cards from going all over the table, like this. You see, it's quite blocky, but the more you practice with it, you'll gradually be able to get it smoother and smoother. And when you're more comfortable, now's the time to practice the shuffle. Now, the second part of this shuffle is called the cascade. It's a little bit more difficult, like this. So to perform the cascade, you perform your riffle shuffle. To get a good cascade, you need to have a pretty good riffle. You don't want to have too many blocks in it. We're going to push our cards together as we've just riffled. We're going to put our fingers on the bottom of the deck and our thumbs on the top, and we're going to bend the cards up. Okay? Thumbs on the back, fingers on the bottom, and we bend the cards up. And again, you're going to let go with your fingers on the bottom. This will take some practice, but after you've given it several practice sessions, you'll be able to perform it without a doubt. And this, my friends, is called the riffle shuffle and cascade. Alright guys and girls, so there's a few nice little cuts and shuffles to get you practicing with your playing cards. And I guarantee you put in the time, you'll be shuffling and cutting like a pro in no time. Okay, well, that's all I have time for today. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you learned some new techniques, I'd love to hear what you think about them. And if there's any more shuffles or cuts that you'd really like to learn, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you a tutorial if I can do it. Alright guys and girls, well, you have a wonderful day out there, and I'll see you all next time. And that, as always, is Mr. Renan out.